Of course, here with ace king suited, whatever happens, we go broke. Even if this guy jams, if he 3-bets, how are we gonna jam? Good luck us. I'm just gonna bet small. He has a bunch of queen jack suited and 9-8 suited. It's actually a good card. I want to have some backdoor flush draws in my barrel range. So, but I think if I do it with ace king, I might be. Well, I'd rather do it with ace jack or an ace 8 suited. And this is a really bad card since he has all the yeah, some king queen floats in his range. I think this board this run out hits his range fairly decent, so I'm just gonna, yeah, we're gonna call. He still has ace queens, and yeah, I mean, of course we can barrel, but he has 9s, 8s, 7s in his range, and we're basically just attacking 7s and 8s, and he still has all 10x hands he's calling with. He has traps with aces and kings, he has pocket 10s, pocket 9s, he can have ace 2 suited, so of course he has some hands he might be folding on the turn with, but on the river, yeah, we shouldn't do anything fancy. We could be raising a hand like ace queen to fold out the splits, or ace 8 suited when we opted to give it up. Yeah, actually this is a board where I want to be betting a little bit on the bigger side. I'm gonna bet the turn here. And we have an easy jam on the river here. I want to get it in on the turn with this hand. So yeah, in the future, and some of you guys might have received some emails from me, and as you might know, I'm going to release a mindset course also soon. Where, wow, that's a big punt. I mean, just call. My range is very polarized, so he's getting it in against maybe some extremely strong draws, and against my main hands, he's dead. I think I'm just going to reshove here. It's opening quite wide so far. Plays 29-22. It's definitely close. Some of you guys might have heard about, I'm not a big fan of this call. I know that this guy is a little bit calling station. I also start betting my second pairs for value here. He's floating way too wide, so I want to put some of my second pairs into my betting range as well. I'm also going to call against this pot turn bet. Sucks a little bit having the jack and clubs, blocks some of his floats with jack 9 clubs or 8-9 clubs that might, or jack 10 clubs, of course. I have all the king X in my range that I would play exactly the same, so it's a very easy, yeah, check call, check fold river hand. Don't believe he is bluffing with that sizing often enough in order to make it a profitable call for me. I'm gonna check back. I think on any diamond we can induce some bluffs from his 6-7 in hearts or ace-6 in clubs. And once he checks, I mean it's jack, king and ace, he has a ton of weaker diamonds. We're gonna value bet, of course. I think if he has something like 6-5 with the 6 in diamonds, I don't think he's going to fold that. That really sucks. It's basically only the I don't think he's raising king x in diamonds, so it's either the nut flush. It could be check raising also a decent amount of the nut flushes on the flop. Ace deuce, ace-6, ace-7 in diamonds to get it in, apply pressure. He could be messing around with a lot of trash. It's definitely a spot where you can very easily overbluff. Turn his 6-5 in hearts into a bluff. But the question is, does it really? I mean, if he thinks we're on king jack or something, or jack 9, he can just call. Like, he needs to turn his pairs into a bluff, and this is something that I believe barely happens, and we can have all the nut flushes ourselves. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna fold here. I think it's the right fold. Might be a call in theory, but just gonna stay disciplined in these spots. I don't think people are creative enough to take these spots so wide. And also I'm not raising so many hands from under the gun in this spot, so my range is a little bit stronger. Might actually be a decent spot here to 3-bet with an ace blocker. Not really a sample size on how he plays with his shortest stack size. I'm leaning a little bit more towards, yeah, folding or 3-betting. I think I'm gonna 3-bet here. I think if he has ace jack off, ace 10 off, king jack off, queen jack off, jack 10 suited, all these kind of hands, he's just folding it. We can jam, we can bet small. I think I'm just gonna jam, actually. I think if he has an ace, he's going to call it off anyway. If he has ace, jack and hearts, I don't think he's folding. There might be a lot of action killers. If he has something like king, queen, king and diamonds, I don't want to give him a free card. He only has 2 or 3 flushes, like king, queen, king, jack, queen, jack and diamonds. Maybe the queen, 10, jack 10, so 4 or 5 flushes. But he has way more ace x. So yeah, I'm just gonna jam. Yeah, and we get it in against ace queen. It's definitely a nasty spot for him. And very often you might read these quotes: you gotta love yourself. You basically have to love yourself. And I'm just gonna check shove here. I think he might be bet folding some hands, ace 3 in diamonds, ace 5 in diamonds. We're gonna fold a lot of equity back to flush draw. We block a lot of his ace kings, king queens in clubs that are bet calling with. Yeah, and even against ace jack, we have an over in the gut shot. Pretty standard here. 1 over back to flush from gut shot is always good enough to check jam for that stack size against the wide button and cutoff range. Actually, now I would like to take this hand into my delayed bet turn bluff river on spades, because he is not going to have that many backdoor spades, since he would be stabbing a hand like king queen with king and spades, ace jack with ace and spades. Let's say he's calling jack 10 off, like jack 10 with jack and spades is betting very often. But I actually think that now we could also bluff as well. Could we? I mean, he has 4s. He can have ace 5 suited. He can have ace queen, ace jack with 1 spade. So yeah, I'm just gonna bet half pot to fold out these hands. I don't think we need to bet that big. He definitely can have hands, some hands like pocket deuces. He can have ace 4 suited that is checking back, some ace 5, so it's not completely unrealistic that he wakes up with some raising or calling hands here. But all the ace jacks, ace queens, ace kings with 1 spades are totally unblocked by the board. Right? And spend your money on attending seminars, on hiring business coaches. Spend most of the time on that. You can't, I mean, some people can, but majority can't. You always need to decide what do you want to, wow. That's, wow. Again, an aces. That's so bad. Do we want to rejam here? I think he might be raising a lot. It might be a little bit of, I think I'm gonna rejam. We would definitely need to play 3 or 4 more orbits, I think, or 2 or 3 orbits. And then yeah, we're gonna end up having 8-9 big blinds. What? Okay. If he calls 8-9 suited, then my rejam was a punt. I did not expect that. I'm just gonna rejam here. Sunday 500, 2 to the money. He will also be opening very wide. Okay, that's really bad. But I think we just got unlucky here. Yeah, I'm just gonna shove here. Do I want to shove? I think I'm gonna raise. If he jams, it gets really nasty. I think I'm just gonna raise forward descent. Or maybe I should just complete. It's a nasty spot. I mean, you can't even go broke with ace king, so ace queen off should I would be raising ace kings and like aces, kings, queens I probably would go broke with, and like ace king I would just jam, ace queen, ace jack off, just raise forward. Of course, here with ace king suited, whatever happens, we go broke. Even if this guy jams, if he 3-bets, how are we gonna jam? Good luck us. That's very unlucky for him that we wake up with this hand. I don't mind his... I mean, if it's don't bubble, it's probably very close.